have met for millennia. The University of Naples is the oldest ancient public university in the world. Founded in 1224 by Frederick II Hohenstaufen, King of Sicily and head of the Roman Empire.
Cześć, nazywam się Ola i jestem z Poznania. Welcome to the land of Federico.
The university campus is the whole city of Naples. Rooms, laboratories, libraries are spread all over the city, from the historic center to the new suburban new areas. This way teachers, students and all the personnel of the university contribute to make the city live, and they, themselves, live Naples not only as a workplace, but as a cultural and economic center.
Welcome to the land of sun. Welcome to the land of color.
80,000 students, 2,500 professors, 26 departments, more than 50 research centers, more than 30 PhD courses. These are only some figures necessary to understand the role of the university in the cultural and technological growth of a city and a whole country. Every year, Naples hosts more than 1,000 foreign students. Of these, more than 400 attend the University of Naples Federico II in the field of the Erasmus program.
Hola, soy Guille y vengo de Vigo. Welcome to the land of sea.
Hallo, ich bin Clara Obrich und ich komme aus Düsseldorf. Welcome to the land of beach.
Hola a todos, me llamo Jaime y vengo de Santander. Welcome to the land of craziness.
Olá, meu nome é Maria e sou de Lisboa. Welcome to the land of art.
Hola, me llamo Oscar y he venido a Nápoles desde Santander. Welcome to the land of the culture.
Hola, me llamo Sara y vengo de la Universidad de Valladolid. Welcome to the land of the sun. Welcome to the land of Federico.
They spend a semester or a year in our university, attending our courses, our laboratories and studying with our students. It is a great experience that gives added value either to foreign students and to our university. But Federico II is not only incoming mobilities. Almost 1,000 of our students go abroad every year to live an experience in a foreign university. The university is 800 years old, and it makes it a leading institution of the Western world, strongly future-oriented. The main goal is giving the right value to its human resources, to trainings and research in order to be ready for the future challenges running so fast. Federico II is also dialogue with the job market through synergies with local and multinational companies that invest every year in our research projects. In this context, we are carrying out our cooperation with Apple that gave as a result the birth of the first European iOS Academy. Believe in talents, believe in research, believe in creativity is our way of being Federico II, mixing human and scientific tradition. This makes our university a global one. Welcome to the land of Federico.
Welcome to Napoli. Io sono Federico.
Io sono Federico.
Io sono Federico. Io sono Federico.
Io sono Federico.
Yo sono Federico.
Io sono Federico.
Welcome to the land of Causa.
Inizia la cerimonia. The ceremony begins. Il magnifico rettore dell'Università degli Studi di Napoli Federico II, professor Matteo Lorito. La prorettrice dell'Università degli Studi di Napoli Federico II, professoressa Rita Mastrullo. Il professor Amedeo Capozzoli, vicepresidente della Scuola Politecnica delle Scienze di Base. Il professor Stefano Consiglio, presidente della Scuola delle Scienze Umane e Sociali. Il professor Giuseppe Cringoli, presidente della Scuola di Agraria e Medicina Veterinaria. La professoressa Maria Triassi, presidente della Scuola di Medicina e Chirurgia. Il vice direttore del Dipartimento di Economia, Management, Istituzioni, professor Antonio Blandini. Il professor Luigi Cantone, ordinario di Economia e Gestione delle Imprese, Dipartimento di Economia, Management, Istituzioni. Il dottor Tim Cook, CEO, Apple.
Buongiorno a tutte, buongiorno a tutti. Saluto e ringrazio per la presenza tutte le autorità civili, militari, accademiche, religiose, delle istituzioni culturali, gli imprenditori, istituti bancari e in particolar modo il nostro sindaco metropolitano, la console degli Stati Uniti d'America, gli esponenti della magistratura, il prefetto, il questore, i colleghi rettori, gli assessori, il presidente della società calcio Napoli, i presidenti di scuola, i consiglieri di amministrazione, i senatori, i direttori di dipartimento, i delegati, i colleghi e tutto il personale federiciano e soprattutto i nostri studenti. Sono presenti qui con i loro rappresentanti, ma sono in tanti collegati e poi avranno modo di incontrare il nostro ospite nel pomeriggio. Saluto anche la stampa, i direttori dei giornali e delle testate e tutti coloro che sono collegati con questa cerimonia. In considerazione dell'importanza del nostro ospite e dei suoi accompagnatori, in via eccezionale condurremo questa cerimonia in lingua inglese. Today is a truly special occasion for our university. We celebrate a globally recognized innovator, a talented man that many consider to be a genius leading a company that has an immeasurable impact on our societies and has an economic size comparable to that of a country. By awarding to Mr. Tim Cook the honorary magister degree in innovation and international management, we intend to confirm the will of the Università degli Studi di Napoli Federico II to recognize the merit of those people that in a way or another sustain the advancement of humanity in the right direction, following a way signposted by values such as freedom, opportunity and satisfaction for everyone, and ultimately happiness and peace. It is interesting and tempting to speculate on the conceptual connection between the mission of our institution and the values that Mr. Cook has promoted in his activity as Chief Executive Officer at Apple. We can start, make a little exercise, finding a few keywords in our university letter of establishment. Our 8 centuries of history tell about the evolution in higher education for over 30 human generations. But most importantly, we were the first lay university established in the Western world. In 1224, our founder, Federico II, while the first few academies were being established in Europe mainly based on theological studies and values, decided to create something new and different. A lay, what we call today maybe a free university, possibly the first one in history, motivated by, those are the words of Federico, our desire that in any location of our kingdom, many people will become wise by accessing ad scientiarum austum et seminarium doctrinarum, by accessing a source of science and a cradle of knowledge, and more, where arts and sciences of any discipline would be cultivated so that those who are hungry of knowledge could satisfy their desire, and their life sparked by beautiful hope to obtain wealth and happiness. In other words, you could become not by the spirit, not by birth, but by studying, by acquiring knowledge. A great innovation from the Middle Age. After us, many universities in Europe were established based on these principles, even using the same format as our decree. They even copy the exact words, and this paved a new way to the spreading of knowledge. So we can summarize this first point by using two keywords that I would like you to keep in mind: accessibility and education. Accessibility and education. And then let's get some more quotes from the Middle Age. We invite to work for us the best scholars with great merit and curricula to work in any disciplines in a truly multiple and diversified cultural environment. So one more keyword, diversity. So we have now accessibility, education, diversity. And more from the Middle Age. Students had to be granted many benefits, including housing at a controlled price, good quality food, respect from people, study loans in the Middle Age, availability of professors paid by the state, not by the students, another novelty, protection from attack by bandits trying to steal their most valuable goods. And next, so we have two more keywords to keep in mind: inclusion, allowing everyone to participate against any discrimination. If you see our tax policy, as we discussed it this morning, half of our 80,000 students are in no tax area. But also putting the students, the client, at the center, protecting them. And thus we add another keyword, security. So we have 5 keywords: accessibility, education, diversity, inclusion, and security. Now, let's move to today and to Dr. Cook's profile. Much has been said and written about the contribution of Tim Cook as a head of Apple. He has acted as a man of values, capable of driving the giant towards an impressive business growth, while introducing and reinforcing values such as accessibility. Every human has a fundamental right to access the technology able to make his or her life better. Education. Everyone has the fundamental right to access quality education. Apple has been doing this since the beginning. I remember my time in the US in the 80s. The Apple store on campus was the place to go when you have a little bit extra money, because you can have a special discount as a student or as a professor. And you can think about our Apple Developer Academy as another sign how education is important for Apple today. And then inclusion and diversity. Under Mr. Cook, the company has increased the heterogeneity and the cultural diversity of its staff to stimulate innovation and fight discrimination, which in a certain way remind us the multicultural nature of Federico II Court, where all the languages were spoken at the time. So the last keyword, security. Mr. Cook has declared that technology may help society advancement, but it could also do a great deal of damages by amplifying the worst human tendencies, thus increasing divisions and confusion between what is real and what is not. In fact, Apple is famous today for developing products featuring a high level of protection for people's privacy, in order to reduce the risk that bandits, just like those bandits cited by Federico II in the letter, could steal our most important asset, our personal data, our emotions, affecting hopes and fears, our life profile. Owning, we believe, a smart technology product should be subjected to a simple principle, I'll tell in Latin, habere non habere, possess not to be possessed. So as you can see, we have the 5 keywords. The same keywords can be found in our founder, Message for Humanity, and the recognized value that Mr. Cook has established in his company global policy. Actually, Mr. Cook promoted one more ethical value, which is responsibility toward the environment. For instance, we know that 100% of the company-owned energy consumption comes from renewable sources. Project has been funded to increase sustainability in agriculture and forestry, and these values are being extended to the huge number of providers to make a truly significant impact worldwide. In conclusion, Mr. Cook, we are very thankful to you for having accepted our recognition, and to the officers and the staff of Apple to have made all this possible. Thank you very much. Our community, rooted in one of the most creative and special cities in the world, can today experience the rare opportunity to meet a person that has the ability and the will to make people's life richer in emotions, interests, knowledge, understanding of nature and the world, human feelings, connections and happiness. You represent the spirit and the culture of one of the most successful enterprises in human history, which has aimed, under your leadership, at combining profit with common good in the interest of everyone in this planet. Allow me to say that because of this university's century-old track record in education, and as I said, the similarity of the value that drive both our mission and your way of working in Apple, there is hardly any other university that can proudly and fully recognize your merit, your contribution to society and culture, your positive message to future generations. Thank you, Tim. Today you officially became part of a Western world long history of higher education, and are celebrated by an institution, from onwards your institution as well, that for many more generations to come will continue to support a peaceful, prosperous and sustainable evolution of our society. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us in this very special day. It's with deep emotion that I have the honor to convey the greetings of the Department of Economics Management Institution to all the attendants and above all to our honorable guest. I also take the chance to express the immense pleasure of my department for being able to award this honorary master's degree in innovation and international management to one of the most innovative and forward-looking minds on the international scene. Our sincere happiness in this moment is due to the strong commitment that the department that I am pleased to vice lead has devoted over the last years to the genesis and the concrete implementation of this master's degree. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower, said once Mr. Steve Jobs, that we all remember. It was, since its very beginning, a project, an idea, oriented towards offering more, much more, than an academic qualification. Our aim is to offer logics and approaches on which the brilliant young minds can become leaders to work together for a better world. I must highlight that after several decades of teaching, coaching, and advising our young students, we found hard to ignore specific patterns that are needed in business, today more than ever, regardless of the size and type of any organization. These are patterns that always fall into the people bouquet and that we need to consider way before it becomes too late. Therefore, beyond the terms innovation and international management, forming the name of our master's degree, there is emphasis on the importance to teach our students to think ahead. As I said, and I want to remark again, to think forward. The fact is that many current approaches focus way too much on the tangible, measurable aspects of the businesses, such as a new technology, profits, or winning big accounts, and forget the soft skill dimensions, the valorization of talent and leadership issues. As Albert Einstein said, creativity is intelligence having fun. Sure, we all want to see results. The measurable ones are generated internally from our efforts, time, skill, set, team, and overall organization. However, what is often misunderstood and missing is a shared understanding of the priorities and key objectives and roadmap for how to achieve them. Yes, we all must compete, but we need to step away from the silos and start to think about how our decisions and actions, or better yet, lack of them, will affect others. This is a problem we see too often, and it's essential to ask ourselves, are we acting as gap closer or gap creator? Today's talent and leadership performance encompasses so much and is more complicated than ever before. It's essential to reach a level of high performance impact. However, the end goal can be reached in many ways, but what makes the most sense for the current situation and business scenario? How fast can we adjust or change? Who is putting on the brakes and why? And best of all, who is accountable for it? Transformation is the pulse, supporting and navigation all challenges, changes, and desired outcomes is our mission. By accompanying knowledgeable, talented, innovative, creative, dedicated, daring, driven, and diverse brain, we threw the seeds of tomorrow's forward-thinking leadership and leaders. So, I want to close by saying that fostering such patterns has been at the forefront of our engagement in the creation of this master's degree. And today we find confirmation that we were not crazy, that we were on a good track. I've been very careful not to speak till now about Dr. Tim Cook's, because there will be my colleague, Professor Cantone, that will keep the Laudatio Academica. But what impressed me is the man, to whom much is given, much is expected, once he said. And we all expect from you even greatest goal to be achieved, together to improve the world we live in. Dr. Cook, I'm sure that from today on, Naples and Italy will have an even more special place in your heart. Now I leave the floor to Professor Luigi Cantone, and thank you all again for enjoying this terrific moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Blandini. This is the introduction from the department that actually proposed your honorary degree. So now is the Laudatio Academica provided by Professor Cantone. Please, Professor Cantone, the floor is yours. Turn on the microphone. Yeah.
Good morning everybody. Welcome Mr. Cook to Naples, to Federico II University of Naples. Thank you very much for joining us. Authorities, Rector Magnificus, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted and honored to present the laudation for conferment of honorary master degree in Innovation and International Management to Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. I extend my thanks to Professor Matteo Lorito, Rector Magnificus, Professor Adela Caldarelli, Director of the Department of Economics, Management and Institution, and to all my colleagues on the Master Degree in Innovation and International Management for giving me this prestigious task. I shall try to share our thoughts on the values, vision, managerial capabilities, and the results for which Tim Cook is internationally recognized as one of the world's most influential and leading business managers, and for his vast contribution to fostering the growth and the competitive advantage of one of the most innovative global companies. It's wonderful and exciting for me to recall the remarkable traits of an extraordinary leader and great manager, the CEO of a company internationally acknowledged as a champion of innovation, to whom it's our great pleasure to award this honorary master's degree in economics management institutions. Behind Apple's success, as the market and the financial results show, there are a set of factors that I like to define as a company's cultural stature. One of the greatest Tim Cook's contributions to Apple since he became CEO over the last 10 years. In Apple, it arises as a combination of vision, values, and capabilities, a strategic management approach centered on the customer and the wider stakeholders, a pervasive sense of a purpose, empowered and inspired the people, and the consistent change in management systems. These cultural stages make Apple proactive, responsive, and forward-looking, equipped to build its sustainable business success today and tomorrow's markets. These multiple and strategically integrated elements drive its management and technology innovation, and at the same time, the continuous growth in the global landscape. Technologies and technological innovation should serve to improve and simplify people's lives and build a better future. Balancing superior business performance with long-term benefits for customers, people, and society. According to Tim Cook, as recently quoted in a respected Italian magazine, I believe that we are again facing a pivotal moment in history. While the world is recovering from a pandemic that has taken so much from us over the past 2 years, we have a unique opportunity to shape the future we want to live in. It is important to remember that technology is neither good nor bad. Its impact will depend on the values and intentions at the heart of our innovation. It's a pleasure and privilege to set up the reasons for our conferring this honorary master's degree. In the following, the ones we consider most significant. Tim Cook's distinguished business career. He became Apple new Chief Executive Officer in August 2011. Before that, Tim Cook had been Apple Chief Operating Officer. He also headed Apple's Macintosh division. Prior to joining Apple, Tim Cook was Vice President of Corporate Materials for Compaq, Chief Operating Officer of the Roselle division at Intelligent Electronics. He also spent 12 years with IBM heading manufacturing and distribution activities. Tim Cook gained a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering from Auburn University and MBA from Duke University, where he was Fulbright Scholar. Apple's extraordinary performance over the last 10 years, since the company came under Tim Cook's leadership as CEO, Apple's performance and growth have been remarkable. With passion and dedication, Cook and the people at Apple have been able to achieve impressive growth in terms of innovative and successful new products, turnover and personal penetration of international markets, brand equity, brand value, and market capitalization. Just a few key figures. Apple's total net sales amounted to $366 billion in 2021 financial year, triple of the last 10 years. Its total operating income amounted to $110 billion in 2011. Again, triple over the last 10 years. Huge commitment of Tim Cook's for innovation and its wider transformative meaning. But most important is fruitful effort on building a sense of a community around the innovation inside the company. Innovation is supposed to be one of the critical success factors of the companies. The driver of Apple's continuous extraordinary growth over time is its holistic and effective approach to innovation. It has always been one of the company's top priorities, a molecule historically embedded in DNA. As Tim Cook once said during a speech, Apple has a culture based on innovation, and this is so deep-rooted that it's hard or even impossible for its rivals to imitate. Leveraging also its ecosystem, Apple is endowed with multiple capabilities regarding software, hardware, services, APIs, digital technologies, track transparency technology, and the user experience of synchronized and personalized devices. Of course, Apple is investing heavily in capabilities relating to augmented reality and other virtual technologies that will revolutionize companies' core business models in the near future. Tim Cook's leadership brings out the particular importance of a number of factors that rank him as a transformative business leader and Apple as a top global innovator. Clear and challenging strategic intent. Apple pursues its innovation challenges with clarity, consistency, determination, forward-looking goals, corporate strategy, business models, changing the management systems. Appropriate resources, talents, and teamwork look masterfully aligned to create superior products and services. Aligning vision, people, strategy, and performance is fundamental to the challenging strategic intent of a great and innovative company. A company culture oriented to values of openness, diversity, inclusion. Apple's organizational culture fosters values of openness and thoughtful challenges to the status quo, creating a fruitful internal environment for ambitious innovation challenges, valuing the talent and innovation builder in addition to diversity and inclusion as driving force to spark change. As said Tim Cook in an interview, innovation is deeply embedded in Apple's culture. We approach problems with boldness and ambition, and we believe there are no limits. Innovation is in the DNA of the company. Moreover, another element of Apple corporate culture is the creation of products, services aimed to simplify and enrich people's everyday life, such as a sustainable and forward-looking operating models embedded in its corporate strategy and business model. Customer and people insight as an essential guide for market strategy decision-making. One of the Apple's most important capabilities is to translate deep customer and employee insight into effective, outstanding, and forward-looking innovative products and services. Tim Cook and the people at Apple pay close attention to Apple's ability to connect technology-based new product development with insights from the customer and market, together with the culture of collaboration within cross-functional teams. Quoting what Tim Cook said during an interview, customers are jewels. Every day I read a fair number of customer comments. It's a sort of like checking out blood pressure. I care deeply about what our users think. Creating value and shift through business model innovation. Apple, under the leadership of its CEO Tim Cook, has been able to transform its core business model under the operational and macro-environmental disruption risks, innovating products, services, operating systems, and application programming interfaces for more effective engagement by third-party developers in building app solution top, along with digital transformation and sustainability paradigm applied throughout the supply chain and the commitment to safeguarding privacy. Safeguarding privacy, fundamental human right, as says Tim Cook, have permitted the company not only to increase its revenues, but to align the entire business system to provide distinctive products, services, and customer experience. Tim Cook and Apple are renowned for their stance on environmental sustainability, climate change, and green technologies involving products, packaging, raw materials, processes, and their global supply chain partners in order to reduce the environmental footprint. As Tim Cook has stated in a number of speeches, there is no more urgent mission than saving our planet. We don't see the climate change as a risk, but as opportunity. With our supply chain partners, we see a chance to develop new and valuable competencies, and because it's the right thing to do. If you are an executive who does not have a strategy to take on your impact on the climate, you are failing as a leader. Thank you very much for these wise and inspiring words, Mr. Cook. Leveraging and managing the Apple corporate brand and the family brands according to the principles of cultural icon branding. Cultural icons assume intensive and pervasive meaning in society because they represent an identity myth. Symbols used by their consumer in their everyday life to address identity, desires, and anxieties. Apple is one of the world's most powerful and iconic brands, especially in technology, influencing not only the people's practice and activities, but also their hearts and minds. In this sense, we must recognize that the cultural meaning of Apple's devices are part of a wider revolution of the role of technology and the culture in the modern society. Finally, Tim Cook's esteem for Italy, its people, companies, and potentialities, shown by the Apple's investment in our country, such as the long-lasting Apple Academy in Naples, aimed to promoting new opportunities for young people of the region, developing essential competencies permitting them to build a career in the app ecosystem. Quoting Linda Jackson, Vice President of Environment Policy and Social Initiative at Apple. During an interview for an Italian newspaper, Tim Cook said, "Anytime I visit Italy, I remember why we at Apple feel at home. We share the Italian for great design and craftsmanship. Attention to that fundamental detail ensures the entire design works to perfection, making it magic. We can go back century to the Renaissance and ancient times, and we can find Italian design at the crossroad of what today we call technology and the liberal arts, where form, function, and inspiration meet. This country has demonstrated that excellence means making the best, not necessarily the most. Nothing is impossible. Also, we, with education programs of a highest level. Of course, our is the country of Renaissance, and countless painters, sculptors, and poets planted the seeds of craftsmanship, creativity, design, beauty, tradition, and innovativeness, of countless companies and entrepreneurs competing successfully on the global markets in various industries, such as in several performing arts, bringing value to the made in Italy. Ours is the country of various entrepreneurs and business leaders who have excelled in combining business growth with an advanced culture of social responsibility. When creativity and management innovation capabilities meet technological, organizational, and execution ones, such as the deep sense of social responsibility, the results are extraordinary. Let's conclude this laudation with a wish. In an age of many challenging changes, our society needs ambidextrous leaders in business and in public institutions, able to reinvent and innovate in symbiotic relationships between organizations and society. Therefore, all the organizations, companies and their business leaders have a great challenge in carrying out an aware effort for contributing to the good of the society, overcoming the myopia of the business performance as only one guide for the management, although it is extremely important, obviously. Esteemed Mr. Cook, we are deeply aware and grateful that you are leading Apple along this path with foresight, dedication, passion, and competence. We are very certain and grateful that in the future it will again be your and Apple people credo, with improved and renovated commitment, ambition, visionary insight, and execution capability. Mr. Cook, thank you again for joining us. It's truly a pleasure and honor for us. We look forward to hearing your lectio magistralis and wish you every success. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Professor Cantone. Now, teams, the floor is yours. Everyone is waiting for your speech. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Rector Laurito, Professor Blandini, and Professor Cantone for your kind words. It's an honor to be recognized by an institution with such a distinguished history, one that has nurtured Italy's brightest young minds for nearly 800 years. I also want to say how much we've appreciated your partnership in bringing Europe's first developer academy right here to Naples. In the 6 years since we began the program, the Academy has taught nearly 2,000 students the skills to build their own apps and bring their own ideas to life. Aspiring developers from 66 countries have come to this incredible city to pursue their dreams of innovation. With the knowledge they've gained, graduates have created apps to help people address challenges that range from the deeply personal, like Alzheimer's, to global priorities like sustainability. And the program's impact continues to grow. Last week, the Academy welcomed its newest class of students to Naples, a diverse and talented group that is united by their shared belief in technology's potential. And we can't wait to see all of the amazing things that we know they will accomplish. The whole experience has been a wonderful reminder of what education can inspire. And what better place than Italy to experience it? Because as you know, throughout the centuries, this country has delivered breakthroughs in so many important fields. Daring to defy convention, Italian scientists, artists, mathematicians, and engineers have propelled humanity into the future. And they have proven time and time again that a great idea can change the world. This is the sort of innovation we aspire to at Apple as well. And today, I believe it has never been more essential. We are living through a pivotal moment in history. From the devastating war in Ukraine to the deep uncertainty that pervades the global economy, there is no question that we face uncommon challenges. And yet, this is also a moment of unprecedented opportunity, one where the promise and potential of innovation are growing faster than ever before. Over the past few years, the pandemic has driven profound shifts in how we live and how we work, in how we connect with one another and engage with the world. Meanwhile, new and emerging technologies continue to redefine what is possible. It seems that each day brings new examples of the impact technology can make and the challenges it can solve. At Apple, we draw inspiration from that potential. We believe that when technology is infused with humanity, it can have an immensely positive effect on the world. But we also know that technology is neither inherently good nor inherently bad. It is a mirror that reflects the ambitions and intentions of those who build it. Today we see more clearly than ever that innovation can drive social progress and deepen the human experience. But it can also be exercised to exploit and surveil, to weaken the bonds between us when we need to be strengthened. And I believe that we have a responsibility as innovators to hold ourselves to the highest standard when it comes to our impact on the lives we touch. I know those of you who are students may be grappling with this paradox as you imagine where your path will lead. You might be questioning how you can make sure that the work you do is a force for good in the world. No matter what field you work in or what goals you have set, I believe the answer is always the same. First and foremost, lead with your values. By leading with your values, what I mean is that you should make decisions, big and small, each and every day, based on a deep understanding of who you are and what you believe. And you should seek out opportunities, wherever you can find them, to advance the ideas and the principles that you care about most. At Apple, this has been our approach from the beginning. Our company was built by a visionary who believed that we have a responsibility to leave the world better than we found it. And we are motivated above all else by the desire to enrich people's lives. This is no simple undertaking. There is no definitive blueprint to guide us, no amount of technical know-how that guarantees our success. And while the possibilities of innovation are exciting, they are also virtually endless, which means we have to choose where to invest our time and our energy. These are enormously consequential decisions, not only for Apple, but for anyone who seeks to innovate or make a difference in the world. Because the challenges we face will take all of us to solve. Because the technologies we create will affect everyone. and because we all have a stake in the future we build. And so in our pursuit of innovation at Apple, we approach every choice we make with a relentless focus on our values. We believe that privacy is a fundamental human right, so we innovate to give people more control over their personal information. We build features to protect them from unwanted tracking and design our devices to keep their data secure. And we continue to advocate for strong privacy regulations around the world. We believe that nothing is more profound than saving a life, or more empowering than good health. Maybe that's better. So we innovate to help people lead longer, better lives. And we believe that accessibility is essential to building a more equitable world. So we innovate to support people with vision, hearing, and mobility challenges. And we are constantly searching for new and better ways to help users with disabilities get the most out of our technology. Our values are also at the heart of our efforts to combat climate change. You don't have to look far to see the urgency of this challenge. From deadly heat waves across Europe and elsewhere, to catastrophic flooding in Pakistan, and just recently in Italy, the consequences of climate change are impossible to ignore. And at Apple, we are determined to be a part of the solution. For more than 2 years now, we have been carbon neutral across our global operations. And we have set an ambitious goal to extend that progress to our entire supply chain and the life cycle of our devices by the year 2030. Today, our teams around the world are engaged in a massive, multifaceted effort to meet this challenge, not just through innovation, but partnership. We know that Apple's progress, no matter how great, will be far more meaningful if it leads to broader collective action. That's why we don't just run our own offices on 100% renewable energy. We also work with our suppliers to help them transition to clean power. We don't just design our new products to be better for the environment. We also work with nonprofit groups to help promote sustainable forestry and remove carbon from the Earth's atmosphere. We don't just invest in cutting-edge recycling technology. We also work with partners across sectors to drive innovations that could transform how technology is made, not only at Apple, but everywhere. And we hope this will encourage other companies to think boldly about what they too can achieve, acting as a ripple in the pond that inspires a far greater change. Of course, innovation is not easy, nor is it inevitable. It can only flourish when people have the ability and the opportunity to act on their most ambitious ideas. And to that end, I believe that we all have a role to play. We need institutions like this one to provide students with the knowledge and skills to pursue their passions. We need companies to invest in our communities and create the jobs of the future. We need leaders at every level of government who are committed to fostering an environment where innovation can thrive. And to the students in the audience, let me say this. I know that today the future may seem uncertain, but I can't help feeling optimistic because everywhere I look, I see potential. I see it here in Naples. I see it at this extraordinary university. And I see it most of all in you. Yes, our world is complex and gets more so by the day. But it was an Italian mathematician who said, when things get too complicated, it makes sense to stop and wonder, have I asked the right question? I hope that the aspiring innovators in all of us will take that wisdom to heart. Have you asked the right question? Are you letting your values guide you toward the right answer? Because today, it is not enough to ask how people can improve technology if we don't also ask how technology can improve people's lives, how it can enable breakthroughs that pave the way for medicines and cures, and spark the creation of music and arts that heals our souls, how it can make education more effective and more accessible for those who need it most, and a more powerful driver of opportunity and prosperity for all, how it can help strengthen the connections that sustain us, and how it can build a world that is more equitable and livable for generations to come. At Apple, we believe that technology can do all of these things. If we lead with our values, we believe that innovators in Italy and across the globe can help usher in a new era of possibility. And we believe that together we will create a better future for the people we serve, for the planet we inhabit, and for humanity itself. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was beautiful and inspiring. Thank you very much. So now we almost get to the final point where we will confer the decree. Before doing that, I would like everyone to recognize the work of the people that made all this possible. Here in Naples and in Napoli, starting from our General Director Alessandro Buttà, and Adriana Forlani, and Lucia Malafronte, all these people that work to make all this complicated event to be a success. So please give a clap to these people, because without them, so now we have the confer. Please stand up. Also, Luigi, please stand up. I will do in Italian first, and then in English. In nome della legge della Repubblica Italiana, noi, Professor Matteo Lorito, Rettore dell'Università degli Studi di Napoli Federico II, oggi, 29 settembre 2022, conferiamo la laurea magistrale Honoris Causa in Innovation e International Management a Timothy Donald Cook. In the name of law of the Italian Republic, as Professor Matteo Lorito, Rector of the University of Naples Frederick II, today, September 29th, 2022, confer the Laurea Magistrale Honoris Causa in Innovation and International Management to Timothy Donald Cook. Thank you. Congratulations. Now it's time for the pictures. Here we go. Christy, beside me. This is your document.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So much.
This one. One more. Two more things. You have the medal one for this. There you are. So you have to do it. There you go. And finally, our seal.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, now everyone join us, please. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is it.
Thank you.
It's done, yeah, of course. This is for the seal. This is the envelope.
Thank you so much.
Grazie, grazie Presidente.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The students are waiting for you.
Thank you. We go this way. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Really appreciate it.
Public.
Yeah. Thank you. 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 Hello there. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Chad. Chad, can you hold those? Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great. Very nice to meet you. Pleasure. Pleasure. Oh, I love Naples.